I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
All right, y'all, we're here. We're live. It's Friday, and you're watching Buster Unmasked, and we are down to the wire. This is absolutely the last podcast leading into Sunday night. September 14th at 8 p.m., the debut episode of the Dirty Dozens Roast Battles. And, man, I am excited about it. There's some changes. We got some changes. Matt don't even know. Or, excuse me, Wade. Wade hadn't even heard yet. We were running a little late. We hadn't had really a chance to talk, so Matt's got a surprise for him when I get him on. Wade, let me say that right. I get confused on that. Wade, let me say that again. Wade. I hope Wade's ready, and I hope he's prepared, because I got some news for him. Before we get him on, let me promote my sponsors, because without these guys, this wouldn't be possible. Look, for all your breaking news, sports, and weather in and around the Jackson and West Tennessee area, tune into 101.5 FM or 103.5 FM. You can also log in to talkinwesttn.com. That's talk, letter N, westtn.com, or newstalk1035.com. For all your in-home care and consumer direct services needs in and around the Caruthersville area, be sure to call Glowing Hearts at 573-643-2537. Their priority is caring for you and your family. And be sure to check out the Boot Hill Sports Network on YouTube for all your local sports news and live local games anywhere in the Missouri Boot Hill. Check out the Boot Hill Sports Network. That's BOOTHEEL. It's the Boot Hill Sports Network is also the home of American Hostile Championship Wrestling and the Unified Wrestling Alliance every single Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And I want to give a shout out to Rodney Grimes and the CWA as they return to Corinth, Mississippi this November 14th and 15th for a big 2-day CWA reunion and fan fest. It's been a long time since the CWA has been around, but they're back, and you need to go check these guys out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get my guest on. Let me get his name in my head right. Let me just say this. This dude is absolutely one of the most outspoken guys around our area. He has no filter. My opinion, I feel like a lot of people sleep on his in-ring ability. I feel like he's highly underrated in the ring, but the one thing he's not underrated at is running his mouth. He is absolutely 100% one of the very best talkers around our area, bar none, and he is, without a doubt, a morale killer. Wade Matthews. Wade.
What's going on, Buster?
I don't know, man. Trying to get your name right, man. That's what's going on, dude. That's a
That
rough
was,
one, man.
that was quite the intro you gave me. Is this camera big enough to pick up the largest arms in this chat right now?
Dude, I got you
I,
good, man. I
I,
got
I
you
didn't
great.
think so. What's going on, Buster?
Man, I don't know it, man. I got a surprise for you, man. We ain't gonna say who, but one of these guys have already chickened out of this contest. I tell you what, before I even let you talk, all you fans out there, anybody watching, comment in who you think the guy is who chickened out of this contest. And I'll tell you when you're right. Matt or Wade, there I go again. That's the hardest thing for me to get, man. I'm used to seeing all your posts, and it goes by your real name. Actually, you just reverse your name pretty much, right?
Yeah, I pulled the Brian Danielson thing. I just
There
flipped it
you,
around.
there you go. So look, man, you are officially in this contest.
Yes,
No
sir.
alternate, no alternate. You are in this contest 100%. You know what the old saying is, card is subject to change, and it has officially changed.
Absolutely, and I'm ready. I'm prepared.
So let me ask you this. We got Stephanie Rogers with us. Sunday is coming, girl. Y'all got to tune in. It's still going to be a blast. It may even be better than what it originally was booked as. Uh, Let me ask you this. No longer an alternate. You're in. What's your thoughts about that? Now you know what you're going to do. You ain't just sitting on the sidelines watching. You're in this contest. So talk to me about that for a second.
Well, as you were saying, just often slept on, Buster. These other guys, I don't know who pulled out, but these other guys, they've been writing things down. They've been studying. They've been doing their homework. This is just another Sunday to me, Buster. I don't have to write anything down. Everything comes straight off the top of my head. I'm prepared. I'm ready. No matter who is across from me, I am ready to take them on, and I'm ready to prove myself as one of the top trash talkers in this area, Buster.
So look, before we really dive into the contest, tell us a little bit about Wade Matthews, man, the morale killer. What you're about, dude.
Well, the name says it all. I'm all about killing the morale. When I came onto the scene, my catchphrase was poison the well. I come out and I show these people, I expose these people in the ring for who they really are to these people in the crowd. A lot of these people want to play the baby face. They want to be white meat. They want to smile. They want to kiss babies. They want to shake hands and give hugs. But that's not what they're about. And I like to bring out the worst in everybody and show who they truly are.
Look, we got Bobby Shirley with us. He said he is one of the best. So let's talk about that for a minute, Wade. I said it in the opening. I feel like a lot of people sleep on your in-ring ability. And here's the thing. I follow you. I see your post. I see some of the things you say sometimes. I feel like you feel that same way sometimes too, and I feel like you got a little chip on your shoulder about that. Is that a true fact?
Well, absolutely, Buster. First of all, I was told early on when I started training, man, if you don't have a little bit of an ego, you don't belong in this business. You have to have that chip on your shoulder. I do feel like I've slept on a lot, Buster, but also at the same time, I'm on the shelf right now. I'm injured right now. I've been doing commentary at OCW. I'm doing the Dirty Dozens contest Sunday night. Everybody tune in. Watch me catch a body. But I do feel like I've been slept on, and I've had just a bevy of great trainers from this area. Because I just had a circumstance when I came in, I was training somewhere, COVID hit,
Right.
everything was shut down. So then I come back, then I'm training with Jack Parker Jr., and he's one of the best, without a doubt about it,
Yeah,
in the Mid South.
he's a big dog around our area.
Then I luck out. I catch about 3 or 4 months of training with Michael Elgin. Michael Elgin's international.
Right.
Um, Great wrestling mind. Controversial a little bit, maybe. Great wrestling mind, Michael Elgin is.
And absolutely, without a doubt, one of the very best in the entire world. Not in just a certain area. Michael Elgin's been there, done that. One of the very best professional wrestlers in the entire world, bar none. So let's talk about that. That means you broke into business, what, 2019 or 20?
No, actually, I broke in late 2021. I had my first match late 2021. I started training in 2000, it was early 2020 at ASWF. My very first trainers were Ray Ivy, Josh Cross, and David Barmore, or as people would know him as Draven Morrow or
Right, right.
Cataclysm. Um, three great guys in Arkansas, and I
R-
trained with them until COVID came and shut down ASWF.
Right, Ray. He's a second generation guy, born into this business, been in wrestling his whole life. Super creative, super talented. Josh Cross, I don't really know how long. I don't know as much about Cross as I do Ray. I know he's been at it a pretty good while, and I've followed some of his stuff. So he's a hell of a worker in the ring. And Barrymore, man, Draven Morrow. You know, he's all over the place right now. They got a hell of a podcast. He's got a hell of a podcast for promoting Arkansas wrestling. Strictly Arkansas wrestling. So that's really cool because you're an Arkansas guy too. We just figured out that you're from Mark Tree, and I lived in Mark Tree for probably 10 years, man.
Absolutely, it's a small world, man.
Right, right. So let me ask you something. You said you were on the shelf and you were doing commentary. What's going on with you, man? Why are you out of the ring right now? What are you dealing with?
I have an abdominal hernia right now. I still haven't went and saw about getting it surgically repaired yet. Which once I do, I've just got a busy work schedule right now. Once I
Right.
do, surely 2, 3 months tops, I'll be back in the ring. That's just a process. I'll have to go and see a doctor and see about getting that patched
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it's dangerous, man. You don't want to play with that in the ring. I'm in the same boat, dude. I got a small one right around my navel. It's really small, but man, you got to be careful what you do. You strain too hard, you lift something too hard, man. Sometimes mine will fill up a little bit, man, and hurt me for a few days. Other time, I never feel it, but it's a dangerous thing, especially in the wrestling ring, taking bumps. Every time you take a bump, man, you risk tearing it a little bit more, tearing that space for that hernia to come through a little bit more. I'm just like you, man. I'm looking into getting something done with mine, but I ain't active, so it ain't as big a deal for me right now as it is for you to get back in the ring, man. So let's talk about that. When you do make your comeback, where are we gonna see you at?
I'm sure without a doubt you'll see me at Out of Control Wrestling in Hoxie, Arkansas. I believe they recently became part of UWA along
Yes,
with American
sir.
Hospital and
Yes, sir.
AWA and a few other places. Bringing in some really good talent there at OCW, man. They brought in Dysfunction, some guys from OVW. Big things coming for OCW if it just keeps trending this direction. I'll definitely be there, and I really want to get into Tennessee, man. I've had some opportunities in the past for TIWF. I worked at, man, I forget the name of the promotion, man. Mike Shaw ran a promotion, man. I worked there a few times.
SPW,
SPW.
Southern Pro Wrestling.
I worked out there a couple times. Me and Christian Cross tag teamed out there. Um, I worked for Johnny a couple times at Bluff City. He gave me some opportunities out there. He gave me some advice. I'm just looking to expand once I get back out there.
Man, I'm glad you said Johnny, because I'm gonna go on and let it out and let the cat out of the bag, man. Dorian Vane chickened out of this competition.
Come on, Dory.
He backed off after all that trash he talked, all that garbage he talked. He said, "Man," he said, "I can't make it." He said, "A booking popped up." And here's the thing, man. Obviously, Dorian's big in EPW. They got a Comic-Con show this Sunday. And he said, man, I can't miss it. I got to be there. And here's what I was told, though. I made a few phone calls, and I was told that Dorian was not booked on this show originally because they knew he had to do the Dirty Dozens, and Dorian called begging to get booked. It sounds like an excuse to me, Wade. Sounds like an excuse. Give me your thoughts on Dorian backing out of this deal, man.
That sounds awful sketchy, Buster, man. Dorian, man, Dorian Vane, I have respect for the guy. Don't get me wrong, man. I actually tagged with him in his first match. I talked about it in the chat the other night. I've got respect for Dorian Vane, man. He's a big guy. He's got the look, got the body, not specimen, but he's like if you went and got you a Ferrari 911 at a used car dealership, like a buy here, pay here place. He's got all the bells and whistles. He's got the look. He's got the body. He's got everything. But when it comes down to it, there's just something missing, man. There's just something missing.
Just don't
a little bit of
run
a
like
limit.
that Ferrari, huh? Got the
Don't
look,
run
looks
like
like
it does.
it's
Brand
more
new.
like I don't know if you remember, but you might be a little too young, but there used to be these cars called Fieros. And what they
Fiero,
were,
my first car.
they kind of was a knockoff of a Ferrari somewhat, and people bought them like crazy. Little sports cars, fast as hell. My brother actually had one, but that's kind of what you're saying. Dorian Vane, he looks like a legit Ferrari, but he runs like a Fiero. Is
Yeah,
that what we're
he's like
saying?
a 2025 Pontiac Fiero.
So let me ask you this. You know what that means?
Oh,
That means
absolutely.
you and the King Superstar are head to head this Sunday night. The game has 100% changed as of now. So let's talk about that for a second. You go from being an alternate to now in the contest at the last minute, pretty much. Dorian couldn't wait it no longer to tell us unless he waited till right before the show Sunday. But we're here, you're in, and you got to face off with the guy who, now that Dorian's out, I feel like everybody believes is the running favorite to win this thing, man.
I mean, absolutely, man. If you step back and you look at it, I don't know all the guys that are going to be on a second or a third show, but if you step back and you look at the four people that are on this show, on this card, and you look at the resumes, well, absolutely, Johnny Dotson should be the favorite to win. I mean, the guy is a former WCW wrestler, Memphis legend. The guy, he's had a phenomenal career. He has the gift of gab, and he knows the wrestling business. I have respect for Johnny Dotson, but unlike Dorian Vane, this young buck is not going to run away from the vet. You either win or you learn. There's no lose.
We got K&J Gaming with us. What's up, dude? Glad you're here with us. So let me ask you this, because I had a little pre notion that Dorian might back out. I was worried about that early on. And then when he came on, did the podcast Tuesday, I thought, well, he's in good, man. But there was still something in the back of my mind telling me, man, I'm glad I had an alternate. So far, having you as an alternate is the smartest fucking thing I've done in this contest. It was the smartest thing to this point. And I feel like, here's my thought. Do you think Dorian was intimidated by the contest, or do you think it was Johnny Dotson that he was intimidated by?
Man, who knows, man? It could have been the contest. It could have been Johnny Dotson. He may not have even been intimidated. He may have just stepped out of the way. He may have had a busy schedule. I can't speak for the man. There he is down there speaking.
He said, look, let's just set the record straight. I had a booking for Sunday, and K&J Gaming is a hoe. Dorian, look, I done talked to some people in the know, man. I heard that, I was told that you wasn't booked, that you called begging for that booking. Just for an excuse so you would have a reason to back out of this contest, dude. I'm disappointed in you, Dorian. You was one of my guys, man. I thought I could depend on you, man. Now you done went and took a booking, man. I understand a booking's more important than the dirty dozens, but it was still a commitment that you made, man. And I'm highly disappointed, and I believe you were scared to face off against the King Superstar in the end, my man. So Wade, let's talk about this. You know what the rounds are. There's 3 5-minute rounds. You're gonna go head up for 15 minutes with Johnny Dotson. First round, just straight smack talk. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I know you can talk shit. What do you think about this smack talk round, this opening round? It's kind of like a warm-ups the way I look at it.
Well, of course, it's going to be line for line, man, bar for bar, man, back and forth, just swapping it, passing it back and forth like a hot potato, man. Johnny Dotson, he's a clever guy. He's quick-witted. He has charisma. I'm quick-witted. I have charisma. I have the brain, and I believe that I can give him a run for his money. I believe I can come out on top.
Yeah, Ricky Kennedy, Dorian chickened out. He didn't back out. He chickened out. I heard he was at home sitting on some eggs, man, trying to get them incubated, is what I heard. So look, the second round is the round I feel like is probably the most intimidating round for everybody, but maybe you, because I know you're a big music fan. We talked about you singing in your car. You're passionate. I've seen you post some rhymes on your Facebook. So that's the one round that I feel like is probably the most intimidating for everybody. I feel like that's the round that scared Dorian Vane off. That and Johnny Dodson. But for you, let's talk about this battle rap round, man, because I feel like this is tailor made for you.
I mean, at the end of the day, what is there to be afraid of in a battle rap round, man? We're professional wrestlers, man. Jimmy Jacobs once told me that the beauty about professional wrestling is you get to go out there and you get to break down those four walls around you. You no longer have to hide yourself from everybody. You get to be yourself shamelessly and embrace that. So I see nothing intimidating about a battle rap round. Um, Dorian said the other night that I can rap a little bit. I don't know about that. I tried when I was a kid. I wasn't too great at it, but I'm a little bit better now. But like I said, quick-witted, clever, never looking for words to say. I'm quick with it. Johnny's quick with it. We'll see how it goes.
Dorian's still sitting here saying he had an obligation, man. All right, Dorian, man, you can get on the chat, but you can't get in the contest, man. That's a little suspect, my man. I'm going to be honest with you. A little suspect. You'll probably be in the chat Sunday, won't you? You won't be in the contest, but you'll be in the chat watching for sure. Yeah, I know you got your big matches coming up, but I know damn well you're going to check it out. You're going to see who wins between Wade and Dotson. And here's the thing. Maybe if you got the guts, we'll put you in the second round. If you got the cojones, Dorian. I don't know. I'm a little leery. I'm scared you'll back out again, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. That's what wrestling's all about. Card is subject to change, and it changed. Wade is in. Here's the thing about the battle rap round. It's all about your setups, your metaphors, your deliveries, your punchlines, man. And I feel like that's something you're going to be good at, because the one thing I do know about you, you're a creative guy. You're super creative in your promos. A year or so ago, I seen you cut a promo. Don't remember the details, but after the promo, I hit you up and I said, man, I seen a little bit of Michael Hayes coming out in you right there. One of the best promos, especially around this area. I thought, man, this fucking guy here can talk. He's got something there. So let's talk about that for a second. You're doing commentary now at OCW. That's talking. That makes you comfortable. Let's talk about the promo round now, man. What's your thoughts on this round? And here's the hook with the promo round. I'm going to give y'all the topics on the fly, the scenarios. One of you's going to be a heel. One of you's going to be a babyface. So then once I give you the scenario and I lay it out, you ain't going to have time to write nothing, or you got to think on the fly, just like you said. So you two guys, you and Johnny's going to have to convince us that you guys believe what you're saying, so we believe what you're saying. How do you think you'll do in this promo round, Wade?
Oh, I think this is my absolute strong suit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the subject is, what anyone picks. Hey, whenever I was coming up training, I used to go out in the group chat, in the trainee group chat. I used to go on weekends and I would pick an inanimate object out of my house and I would record a 1 minute promo on that inanimate object and I would send it to the group chat for everyone to look at. It's whatever with me, man. I'm either going to be ready for Johnny or not, but I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready, man. I'm always ready.
Man, Justin Klein makes a point here. And Justin Klein's a competitor in the October event. He says, Dorian Vane, where you booked at Sunday night, you're going to be in front of more people and a bigger payday on here. And let's talk about that, Wade, because I've mentioned it a couple of times, and let's just be honest. Everybody on here is smart to the wrestling business. It's mostly boys watching. So, honest truth, here's the thing. if you got the guts to come on this contest and you win, I'm going to cash app you $50 right there on the spot. You're not going to have to pay no trans. You're not going to have to feed yourself. You're not going to have to spend one dime of this $50. So every bit of it is going to be profit. All you got to do is have the guts to show up, man. So talk to me about that when I first kind of laid out the concept to all you guys and I hit you up. What was your thoughts about there actually being a cash prize in this thing?
Well, I mean, you saw my thoughts in your inbox. I told you might as well just go ahead and get my cash app and send me that prize, Buster. That's what I told you. Hey, man, $50, $25, $100, $2. I'm here for the competition. I'm here for the smoke, and I'm here to see how I stack up against, well, apparently one of the best in the Mid-South area this weekend.
Mark McGee's with us. He said, Justin Klein, that's the truth. Hold on, Mark. What are you seeing? Because here's one where Justin's kind of accusing me of something. Accusing me of gonna be trans or something. I don't actually know what the hell Justin's talking about there. I ain't even gonna get into it with Justin. Dorian's back. Dorian, ain't you got something to do, man? You're really being extra about this. Nobody. Chicken shit. Nobody's chicken shit. I guess that's what he means. Justin Klein, I got obligations. I'm popular. People want me now. Dorian, we kind of discussed it. Man, them looks and shit's only going to carry you so far, man. When that bell rings, them looks do not mean shit out there, dude. You got to be that same Ferrari you look like when the bell rings, man. I watch your shit, Dorian. I watch your shit. Trust me. Don't make me be brutally honest with you right here today, because that ain't what I'm here for. We're here to talk to Wade about this competition, and you did tell me right off the bat, you said, hey, man, you might as well go and just cash out me the money now because I'm definitely going to win this, and I'm feeling like you may be right. I'm feeling like this may turn out to be an even better battle than I originally had planned with Dotson and Dorian, because here's the thing. I just hit Johnny up and told him the situation right before we went live. I told him Dorian chickened out, and you were in. Wade Matthews was in. And so now Johnny's got to change his whole approach. Johnny has been preparing for Dorian for 2 months now. Now he's got a whole different opponent. Let's talk about that for a second. How do you feel like Johnny's going to do on the fly now that he knows the opponent switched? He's got roughly 2.5 days, a little less, to get ready for Wade Matthews, the morale killer, man.
Well, as I was saying earlier, he is a seasoned vet. Johnny is. He is one of the best in the Mid-South area. Johnny, I feel like he's going to be prepared. Now, how prepared? I have no idea. I feel like Johnny just has a knack for being quick-witted and just saying the right things and delivering them in the correct way. But Johnny, I'm telling you, man, people have been sleeping on me, and I hope you're not sleeping on me, Johnny. I hope you're not sleeping on me, Johnny. I'm definitely not sleeping on you. Honestly, if you think about it, you talk about me being outspoken. You talk about me being outspoken, and then you look at Johnny Dotson. Johnny Dotson, probably the most controversial figure in Mid-South wrestling right now. So you got two of the most outspoken people in the Mid-South head-to-head with one another. One of them's just already a name and has been a name. I'm just trying to make a name for myself, Buster.
And here's the thing. I feel like the smack talk round is going to be easy for Johnny. I feel like the promo round's going to be easy. I feel like Johnny is going to be tested in the battle rap round. And here's the deal. It's a 5-minute round, but each of you guys only get 2.5 minutes apiece. So you got to have a 2.5-minute rhyme. You don't have to use all that time, but you better make sure what you do use is good enough to win the contest. So talk to me about this. You think you can do a 2.5-minute rhyme? And here's the thing. You said you ain't writing shit. You're coming right off the dome with it. So talk to me about that, man. Do you got some, surely you've already kind of got some ideas in your head of what you're going to do? Or are you just going to do it right on the fly?
Man, I'll be honest with you, Buster, man. Even whenever I do a promo at a show that I'm in an angle in, I never know what I'm going to say. I may have 3 bullet points that I'm going to hit. And then I just come out there and literally I will have people say, hey, man, what's the cue? What's the cue to hit so-and-so's music? And I'll be like, man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to say. And then I'll just think of the last thing I want to say. And I'll say, well, hey, hit his music whenever I say this. And then I just go out and I just go into autopilot. It's like I get in front of a crowd and I just let it take control of me. And wherever I go, and it just seems to always hit and it doesn't miss.
Look, we talked about it being a small world. My wife is on here and she said Wade has been running his mouth since he was a kid. Don't sleep on Wade. So she knows you. Just for a little backstory, my wife was the librarian at Mark Tree for a long time. When you were a kid, you said you was probably 12 years old at that time. But she said you have been able to talk and run your mouth since you was a kid. So is it just a natural gift that you've always had, the gift of gab, Wade?
Man, to be honest with you, it was a natural gift, but I didn't realize I had that gift until I had grown into a man. Like when I went to college, in Jonesboro, Arkansas State University, that's when I first realized that I really had that gift to be able to speak. And I didn't have the confidence to just put it out there like I do now, as I hadn't even thought about wrestling back then. I hadn't even thought about wrestling back then. Once I got into wrestling, and I just came off my head and recorded a promo and sent it to a training chat, and they were like, "My God, man, that's great!" And it just got better and better with repetition from there. What really helped me the most is I went to a seminar, a Jimmy Jacobs promo seminar. Jimmy Jacobs had everybody in there come off the top of their head, do a promo, and he was going to critique it. I was the only person at the seminar that came off on one take. And Jimmy Jacobs looked at me and he said, "How long have you been doing this?" And I looked at him and I said, "About a year."
Ooh, man.
He said, "No fucking way." And I was like, yeah, seriously. I was like, I'm 31 years old. I've been doing this about a year. And he was like, "Man, for a local indie show, that's great." I think for television, that would be great. And then he just gave me pointers on how to modify it. And I just practiced and toyed with it for so long. And it's just a natural flow for me.
And Jimmy's been there, done that, man. If he tells you you're fucking good at something, then you got to take it to heart. You're good at it because he's been at the highest level, worked for the biggest company in the world. So when a guy like that gives you a compliment like that, you got to take it to heart, man. Dorian says, Justin Klein, I agree, nobody can bury me. Dorian, you burying yourself, man, just by being on here right now, my dude. You are burying the shit out of yourself, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Ricky Kennedy's on here, and he says, same way here, Matthew, just comes out. And that's the thing about good old school pro wrestling. Guys didn't write shit down back in the day. Everything was bullet points and boom, they went out there and done it on the fly. And that's an art unto itself. That right there shows how quick-witted you are and stuff. Because I don't know about you, but I do not like somebody to hand me a script. Give me the bullet points on what we're going to do and let me say it my way. Let me put it out to the audience the way Buster H.R. Johnson would say it or the Hellraiser would say it. The way Wade Matthews would say it, because if you write somebody's shit, man, and you're not in tune with who they are and their persona, then you're writing what you think they would say, not what they would really say. And let's talk about that for a second. Obviously, you would rather go on the fly. But what do you think about scripted promos? Are you good at them, or do you prefer not to even fuck with scripted promos, man? Or have you even ever had a scripted promo at that point?
I've never really had a scripted promo. I've had bookers give me what they want me to say and just tell me, say it how you say it. You know?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's so much more natural when you have bullet points and you're just saying you don't know what you're going to say till you get there and you get the mic in your hand. Because if someone wrote MJS promo and gave it to Stone Cold Steve Austin,
right,
it's not the same. It's not the same. So I feel like a big part of making the audience believe what you are saying is you believing what you are saying. When I do a promo, it doesn't matter how ridiculous all the words coming out of my mouth are. I believe what I'm saying for that moment. And the reason I can believe what I'm saying is because it's coming from me. It's not coming off the script.
Man, let me ask you this. I'm sure it was you. Maybe 6, 7 months ago or so, you cut a promo in front of an ATM machine at a bank, right?
Yes, that is me.
Fucking awesome, dude. I watched that promo. Actually, I watched it 2 or 3 times. Uh, man, that right there is one of the most important aspects in the wrestling business. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We've all seen guys who were 5-star in the ring but couldn't talk, and their career only gets here. We've seen other guys who were 2-star in the ring but could talk shit and run their mouth, and their career goes here. So it is a huge part of professional wrestling to be able to run your mouth. And here's the thing about running your mouth, you got to get comfortable doing it. You got to get comfortable doing it in front of people. And that's kind of what this contest is all about. It ain't just about winning. It ain't just about the roast battles. It's an opportunity for other young guys in the wrestling business, especially the young guys. It's a chance to come on here, practice talking, maybe hone your craft, have some fun, maybe take a chance on winning some money if you're good enough. But in the end, it's going to benefit your wrestling career. The better you can talk, the more opportunity and chances you're going to get in this business.
Absolutely. Iron sharpens iron, man. When you got a young guy like Prestigious Pete, for example, young guy, he hasn't even been in a year, I don't think. Um, in the ring, hey, he's athletic. He has some gifts. He does the springboards, the flippy doodahs. I'm not really too into it. I feel like you can't tell much of a story with it sometimes. But he does all that in the ring. Not the best on the microphone. But who's to say he doesn't come in this thing, go head to head with Garth Mahoney? Like I said, there's no win or lose. You either win or you learn.
Exactly. And I'll be honest with you, P, I think out of all you guys, like you just had some questions about it. You were in from the minute I asked you, but you had some questions. P, he's young enough and green enough. He didn't have no fucking questions, but he got it right off the bat. When I hit him up, I was like, when I approached him about it, he was like, fuck yeah, I'm in. He said, I'll do my best. He said, I don't know if I'll win or not, but I will come and do it. And here's his hook to it. He said, it's going to get my name out there more. It's going to get more eyes on me, and it's going to help my wrestling career when it's all said and done. And here's the thing. The more I talk to this young man, this fucking kid is fearless, Wade. Fearless. So let's talk about that, because Garth's a hilarious dude. Garth's highly creative. But I sometimes I feel like Garth governs himself. I feel like Garth kind of governs himself a little bit. I don't feel like P's going to govern himself at all. And I said it in the opening. You're like Johnny. You don't hold your tongue. You say what the fuck's on your mind. So I don't feel like you're going to govern yourself. But P is fucking fearless and young, and I think he might surprise a lot of people, dude. But Garth, let's talk about Garth, because Garth even said he don't really want to have for you and him to have to face off. But I think that's because you're kind of, are you guys buddies?
Backstage, yeah, man. Man, I love Cody to death. Garth, I love Garth to death. Backstage, man. He's a great guy. He has a great mind. He loves wrestling. He has a great trainer. He trained with Ricky Kennedy, man. Ricky
Right.
Kennedy, hey, he was right by training alongside Johnny Dotson with Bill Dundee. Ricky Kennedy, great wrestling mind. Um, so yeah, Garth, man, absolutely hilarious guy. I think he got it a little bit backwards on the podcast the other night when he said people say that I'm the less attractive twin brother. I feel like he's the less attractive twin brother. Um, but it actually Roughshot Lamont from the LA Hustlers, man. We were backstage at MCW a couple years ago, and he was looking at Garth whenever he was doing the Bloodhound gimmick. He looked at him and he looked at me, He said, "Man, why don't y'all do twin tag teams, man? Y'all can do the bait and switch and everything." And
Right, right.
and that was where it all started. Me and Garth actually, I had went on the Papa Dink podcast, man, some months ago, and I was hyping up a OCW big event, and they let Garth in because him and I had an angle before I got hurt. We had
Okay.
an angle for his New Era Championship, and I was eventually going to blow it off with him, but hernia came up and everything. They let Garth come in without even telling me. They just brought him into the podcast, and me and Gar started going back and forth. And that is probably one of the two times in my career that I have been going back and forth with somebody, and I broke. I just started laughing, man. Like, of course, I look like Jey Uso.
So Garth is, man, Garth's funny as hell. His persona, I love Garth Mahoney, especially compared to Baldor. What's your thoughts on that? What do you think from Baldor to Garth? Where do you feel like he made the right decision?
I feel like he did really good. I feel like he made a great decision when he went from Baldor to Garth, man. That Garth, that's just him, man. That's him cranked up to 11. And man, the best gimmicks are usually someone cranked up to 11. Like my gimmick, I'm witty. I joke all the time in everyday life. I say some outlandish things. So I just turn myself up to 11, turn myself into a heel, get flamboyant with it. And there you have the morale killer or the free agent or whatever you'll call me, Wade Matthews. So I feel like Garth is a much more natural gimmick.
So let's talk about Stepdaddy Wade, man. That's what I want to talk about. I've heard you put that out there. Man, I think it's fucking hilarious. I love it. Let's talk about Stepdaddy Wade come from, man.
Man, when I first broke in, man, I worked at a place that's shut down now, but I was with the West Side Misfits. I was tagging with Lee Michaels, Connor Vega, Christian Cross. Cole was our manager. We had like a long 8 month long angle with the Rat Pack, and we blew it off with a big street fight. But I've always had this thing with just since before I ever even started wrestling. I had this thing where I've just come up with so many different monikers. And I was thinking like, man, if I'm a heel, man, one thing people hate is whenever someone has so many nicknames, they're like, man, what the hell do we call you? So I came out with the morale killer, and then I was your girlfriend's side piece, hashtag stepdaddy Wade, and then Connor Vega, he started doing the Paul Heyman bit with me, man. He would introduce me when we come out to the ring, and he would say all kinds of outlandish stuff, man. Almond Bark Delight. It just all came out. The stepdaddy Wade thing, it just I just started posting it on social media, then I just started saying it on the microphone, and then it just caught on with everybody. Like people that don't even go to wrestling shows, people I work with will be like, Stepdaddy Wade. And I'm like, "Yep, that's me, man."
And here's the thing. Look, the shit that goes on backstage and the guys joke about, sometimes that is the best shit. The Attitude Era would not exist. Would not exist if it wasn't for the NWO. But after that, the Attitude Era wouldn't exist if it wasn't for them putting the shit on camera that they were thinking and saying and doing backstage. And that's why it blowed up so big, because people can identify with this. That's wrestling. Just the same here. You guys are going to have to reach out of this screen and grab these people Sunday night. You're going to have to grab them and get them emotionally attached to you guys for this thing to really be a success. So let's talk about Sunday night, Wade. 15 minutes head up. There's two battles. We're going to look, after the first battle, we're going to set up a 15-minute poll. For 15 minutes after the first battle wins, excuse me, the fans are going to have 15 minutes to cast their vote of who they thought won. And then obviously the 3 judges, we're going to vote. We're not breaking it down in rounds like boxing would because it'd get too complicated. It's just an overall thing. At the end of the day, who do you think won that battle overall? And then after you and Johnny's battle, we're going to give them 15 more minutes. And once that's done, we're going to tally all the votes. The judges are then going to weigh in on both battles and add our votes to it. We're going to decide the winners, and I'm going to shoot you guys your money right then, right on the spot. And me and you talked about something. I wanted to talk to you about it off air, but we didn't have time. You know, I told you for being the alternate what I'd do for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You told me if I didn't have to compete, you'd pay me the $20. But if I did, I would compete for the money.
It was actually 25, but I'm going to lay it on the line
Okay.
to you right now, Wade. Regardless, you're going to get the 25, period. If you win, you're going to end up getting 75 Sunday night, right on the spot. Because you're here, you're loyal, you're going to be here, you're dependable, and I feel like that deserves, you deserve that alternate fee that I was going to pay you just for being here in case. And originally the deal was if you ended up in the battle, the 25 went away, but after Dorian chickened out today and I thought about it, I thought, no, I'll tell you what, Wade was going to be here as an alternate. He was an alternate. That's why he's in this contest. So if you win Sunday night, you won't just get $50. I'm going to give you 75. I'm going to honor that alternate fee plus your winning fee, dude. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I appreciate you, man. That's tremendous, man. I'm not really one for participation trophies, but at the end of the day, man, if I beat the Kane superstar Johnny Dotson in the first round, a young buck like me, I think I earned the $75, man.
Dude, trust me, it's not a participation trophy. You've already earned that money because you filled this spot. And that's the reason I rethought the situation. I thought, no, fuck that. He deserves it. He's in the show. If he wins Sunday, he gets the whole thing. I'm not going to stick to what I originally told you. And I want people to know that too. Here's the thing. We already said it earlier. A lot of you guys can make more money doing this than you're going to make on the road wrestling. And that's no bullshit, and we all know it. I mean, let's just be fucking honest. $50 is more than most of these guys make working, period. And then, like I said, you got trans, you got food. Time you get home, most of the time, if you got a $50 guarantee, and let's say you had to drive 2 hours from home, pay for your gas, pay for your food, most of the time, even with that money, you still end up going in debt $10 or $20 more than likely before that trip's over just to go wrestle. This is an opportunity for you to, all you got to have is Cash App, good internet, and the guts to come on, and the money's all there for you, and alternates. So when I hit you guys up, one of you guys out there to be an alternate, understand, there's a $20 payoff for just being an alternate, even if you don't end up in the fucking contest. Wade was going to make $25 regardless whether he got in the contest or not, and that's what it's all about. I felt like offering a little cash prize, and thanks to my sponsors. Without these guys, none of this would be happening. I hit these guys up and kind of run the idea by them. They thought it was a good idea. They thought it was worth a shot, and we're here doing it. And at the end of the day, if you win Sunday, you advance into the second round, where the second round payoff is $75 to the winners. And then the finals, the winner gets a $100 payoff and becomes the overall first champion of the Dirty Dozens. So let's talk about that, Wade. Can you look past Johnny Dotson on to the second round, or do you feel like you need to stay focused on Johnny right now?
Oh, someone like Johnny Dotson, I absolutely have to stay focused on Johnny Dotson. You would be a fool to look past someone like Johnny Dotson. Like, as you'd be a fool to look past any opponent in any competition you're having.
Right.
That's just a competitor's mentality. Well, the true mentality a competitor should have. But man, like I said, Johnny Dotson, man, Mid-South, one of the best to do. And he is witty. He has great mic skills. He has charisma. He has great delivery. Johnny is he's gonna be a tall task.
Yeah, he can talk shit with the best of them. And I said it last night, and I'm going to say it again. Sunday night, everybody give Johnny a pass. Don't hold who he is and don't hold what he does up to him if he says something that you don't think somebody of that ilk should say. Because this, at the end of the day, it's all about these guys having fun, and it's really all about adding some levity and some fun to the wrestling business around our area. Let me ask you this, Wade. We all know it, man. A lot of times around this area, man, there is so much tension and so much drama in the wrestling business that it makes it not fun. Sometimes I think it's not even fun for the fans because the tension's so hot.
Yeah, it gets bad, man. You had tension so tight you could cut it with a butter knife, man. At some shows, with some people, Johnny Dotson, man. Let's be real, man. If we're not taking sides and being biased on anything, if I'm not running a business on TV that's a competitor with him, um, I'm not going to be. If I'm being honest, Johnny Dawson's a good guy, man.
Yeah,
Johnny
man.
Dawson's a great guy. Johnny Dawson, what did I tell you when you said in case someone backs out? I said I feel like Johnny's going to show up because Johnny's a man of his word. Did I
You
not
did
say that?
say that. Yes, you
Johnny
said that.
Dawson is a man of his word. Johnny Dawson has never lied to me. I have never knowingly heard Johnny Dawson lie. Um, Johnny Dawson, man, dude, he's the Kane superstar. It's his gimmick. He says some things that are brutal truths. He does. And sometimes he delivers it the wrong way to some people. But it's also 2025. A lot of people have thin skin, Buster. A
Too
lot of
many.
people have thin skin, and you can't make it in the wrestling business if you don't have thick skin.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. It's so fucking thin. If you thump some of these motherfuckers, they're gonna start bleeding. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. When I broke in, it was nothing but brutal honesty. If you fucked up, you were told right then. No uncertain terms. You were let know what you did wrong, and then somebody would take you aside and explain to you why you shouldn't have done that. One of these older veterans at the time would take you, set you down, and say, "Look," because they were harsh. Here's the thing: sometimes these guys, and I think that's one thing that the young guys now don't understand. It ain't just because a guy comes at you and critiques you, and maybe he's an old, gruffy veteran, and he sounds like he's downing you, and he sounds like he's like your daddy coming in on you. It ain't really like that, man. Here's the thing: if these guys did not see something in you and want you to be better, they would not waste their fucking time critiquing you whatsoever, Wade.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That no one's going to give a critique to someone that they don't think has any sort of potential to be anything. Why would you waste your breath? That these people that come at you and they critique you, they want you to take that and learn from it. And even if you don't take their advice and learn from it, they don't want you to get butthurt about it or try to push back on them, man.
Right.
It's
So,
it's as easy as letting something go through one ear and out the other if you don't agree with it.
right. Wade, we're fixing to start closing it in. I got a few more questions for you. We've already been going 54 minutes almost. Um, Commentary. You got injured. You had to step out of the ring. Did you already know that you were going to do some commentary, or once they figured out you were out of the ring for a while, did they come to you and ask you to do commentary? And either way, had you ever done commentary on a full-time basis before, and how do you like it, man?
Honestly, I had never done commentary. Well, I did do commentary for a benefit show for Luke Justice one time in Paragould, and I was just clowning on the microphone. I think Kilo Seaton was wrestling, and I said people were cheering for Kilo, and it was in Paragould, Arkansas, and I said it probably wouldn't be the first or last time the people of Paragould cheer for Kilo. And the EMTs were dying laughing. But serious commentary, no. So basically, I went to Jack. I went to Jack Parker because he's booking out OCW. I
Right.
went to him and I was like, man, low key between us, I've got a hernia, man. I'm pretty positive it's a hernia. Like it don't hurt, it just feels weird. It's poking out in my abdominal area, man. And I don't know what I want to do about it. Try to keep it hush hush. That way, ownership's not like, hey, man, you can't be wrestling because I don't know what I want to do. Um, about a week later, Jack comes to me and says, "Man, you decide what you want to do yet?" And I was like, "No, not really." He said, "Man, what do you think about doing commentary?" And I was like, "Dude, I've kind of always wanted to, man. Like, because I always loved the heel commentary, man. And
Color man.
a lot of places around here they don't do the heel commentary, man. But like I grew up as a kid, like you had the King, man. The King was the color man. That was him. Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan was the color man. Then you had Chris Jericho. Every time he's on commentary, Chris Jericho was always the heel color man. And I've always wanted to do that. So they're like, man, let's give it a try. I went out and I was with, well, actually, I wasn't with Cornbread. Cornbread missed that show, and it was just me. And I get to the back, and everyone's like, my God, man, if you never get back in the ring, I think you have a calling. And I'm like, really? They said, yeah, dude, because I'm just out there by myself, no one to bounce off of, cracking jokes, saying the most outlandish, heelish stuff I could say. And they loved it. And I just started doing it, and man, it's like more and more each week I had people come to me. Ricky Kennedy actually came to me after a show. I didn't even know he was there. He was sitting in the back in a dark corner like Batman or something. I didn't know. I didn't know he was there. Guess he's keeping tabs on Garth or something. And he comes to me after the show, and he was like, man, you are gold on commentary, man. And I was like, yeah, I'm a hell of a promo too. He's like, no, dude, just on commentary, the way you call the match, like all the holds, maneuvers, everything, you are gold, man. And that was a huge compliment to me because I respect Ricky. Ricky's got a good mind for wrestling, you know.
Right.
But I enjoy it. It's fun. I enjoy working in the ring a whole lot more. It's a whole lot more fun. But commentary is fun.
Yeah, man, and it's hard. If here's the thing, if you're out there by yourself all the time, you start feeling like you get a little redundant. Because I like to have somebody to bounce off of. But I really love doing color. And the UWA's got me. I'm the straight man in the UWA because I'm the only man. But I really prefer being color because it allows me to say whatever the fuck I want to, and that straight man's got to come back and reel it in, like Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. Come on, Buster, you just lying to these fans. But I can literally, as color, say any fucking thing I want, no matter how outlandish it is, and that's what's really fun to me. Now, I am learning to enjoy being the straight guy, but I still a lot of times feel like I wish I had a color guy beside me to bounce stuff off of back and forth to play tennis with. But man, commentary it's different than wrestling, man. I'll be honest with you, I've been out of the ring so long that commentary is really fun for me. Super fun. I really enjoy it, but it can be trying at times when you're by yourself, and you got to be quick-witted on commentary too. That's the thing. You got to be fast on your feet when you're calling matches. When you're just out there talking to the fans, you can't get super robotic. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, man. Like I'll have to make a game out of it sometimes, man. I'll like rib guys. They come out to the ring, and I'll try to make them break when they're out in the ring. I remember one time I said, "Prestigious P will springboard off anything. He'll springboard off the Ethernet cable straight into your girl's DMs." And
That's funny as fuck, man. That's funny as fuck, dude. So you mentioned him. We're starting to wrap it up. So I've asked everybody else the same question. You got Johnny in this first round, but if you advance, there's a chance you could face P somewhere down the line or Gar. So let's start with P. If you have to face prestigious P somewhere down the line, what's going to happen to him, Wade?
man, P, I'm sorry, you're getting out of there, bud. You're getting out of there, P. If I got to smash a greener in the second round, I'll smash a greener in the second round. If I got to smash Garth Mahoney and send him back to the trailer park in the second round, I'll send him back to the trailer park in the second round. And if you think, Buster, for 1 second, Sunday night, that I won't come onto this podcast and bury a middle-aged guy going through a midlife crisis just for the hell of it, you got another thing coming, Buster.
Ooh, I feel like that was a little shot at Johnny D right there, man. I feel like we're talking about Dotson, and that's who your opponent is. So what's Dotson in store for when he faces off against Wade Matthews? Because here's the thing. I feel like Johnny was comfortable with Dorian. I feel like they were both kind of comfortable with each other at first. I really feel like Dorian got intimidated by the round system, to be honest with you. And I feel like he had to find a way out of this competition, and he did. But Dotson, man, Dotson don't get intimidated. And he's one of those guys that when he does feel challenged, he tries his best to rise to the challenge. So what's Dotson in store for, Wade?
Man, I hate to sound cliche or apropos, man, but expect the unexpected. But, and again, if you expect the unexpected, I guess it's not unexpected, is it?
Right. Wade, man, I appreciate you so much for coming on, man. I've been looking forward to this. Somewhere down the line, after we get these Dirty Dozens out of the way, I want to bring you back on for a full-blown, normal Buster Unmasked podcast. There's a shitload I'd like to talk to you about through your wrestling career and growing up and stuff in Marktree and stuff. Man, get ready this Sunday night. I know you're going to be ready, but this Sunday night at 8 p.m., all the hype's over. All the talking's done. We're there. We're either going to succeed together or fail together, but it's time to deliver Sunday night, Wade.
Yes, sir. Sunday night, Dirty Dozens, Johnny Dotson, beat me if you can.
Wade, you have a great night, my friend.
You too, Buster.
All right, y'all. I keep doing that. Every time I try to switch out of that, for some reason, I keep doing that. Guys, it's over. That's the last podcast. I've did everybody. I wasted Tuesday on Dorian Vane, but we're still here. He was entertaining as hell. And let's be honest, I'm busting Dorian's balls. Dorian's had a booking. And I can understand Dorian is trying to make a run and get to a bigger platform in the wrestling business. No heat. I've been busting his balls and been on his ass, but surely he expected that. But in all fairness, Dorian's a big deal in EPW. EPW's got a big show this Sunday at the Comic-Con in Jackson. You know, he's the head of state, man, so he's the guy they're looking for, man. I feel like Dorian's the EPW main eventer right now. He might even end up in the, if he didn't take too much offense on anything I said tonight, Dorian Vane may very well take Wade Matthews' position in that second round, because I had Wade booked already and his opponent. So I'm gonna chat with Dorian in a week or so and see if he's serious about doing this contest, and if he wants in the second round, Dorian will be back in, because Dorian's a hell of a talker. He's entertaining as shit. There's no doubt about that. But guys, Sunday night, it's over. Sunday night, no more talking. We either live up to the hype or we don't. I need each and every one of you guys' support, man. I want you to tag everybody on your friends list. Share this podcast Sunday night. Share the Dirty Dozens event. I need it to be a success. We really need to blow anything that I've done before out of the water with the Dirty Dozens. I'm going to promote Sunday one more time, and then I'll let you guys get out of here.
You already know who it is. We be bustin'. It's Big Buster, baby. And I got some Dirty Dozens for y'all. We be bustin'. Wrestling roast battle. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready. We be bustin'. Here we go. Who be bustin'? We be bustin' like Blassie, like William Perry. We hustlin'. Big in these streets like Big Buster. You a sucker like Lou Brother. Who trusted? We be bustin'. Lick off shots, shouldn't get clocked. Knick knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Dirty Dozens with my bros. Step into the zone, wrestling roast battle, leave that alone. We be bustin'. We be bustin'. We be bustin'. We be bustin'. We be bustin'.
This Sunday, September 14th, 8 p.m., debut episode of the Dirty Dozens Pro Wrestling Roast Battles. Do not miss it. I'll see you guys at 8 p.m. Sunday night.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past.
And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.